Alright, so I just watched The Invitation, which is on Netflix right now, for the second time because I feel like before I can give a good opinion on something or an informed opinion on something, I should see it twice because, you get the initial reaction out of the way. You kind of see things you didn't see before. I always think you should see a movie twice before you really say what you think about it. And I'm gonna be totally honest, I did not finish it the second time. And it's not because I didn't have time or whatever, it's because I was so bored. Which is, kind of sad to say because this was actually a movie I was kind of looking forward to. Like, I heard about it a few years back when it was starting to be made. Like, Zachary Quinto was supposed to be in it. I think M. Night Shyamalan was supposed to direct it. Like, I have absolutely no proof of that, so don't hold me to that. But, he didn't. So, the woman who brought us Jennifer's Body brings us The Invitation, which is now on Netflix. So, if you want to check it out, you can check it out. But I really didn't like this movie. Like, it lost so much rewatch value. So, that kind of stinks. So, like, the general story of this movie is that this guy and his new wife or girlfriend, they never really say, they get invited to their a dinner party at the guy's ex-wife's house, who is there now with her new husband, Dario from Game of Thrones. Lovely. And, they have a dinner party because I guess, like, the husband and the wife, they lost his son. And that's why they broke up. She tried to kill herself. They show that in flashbacks. They show their son who couldn't act, which I guess is harsh criticism, but I think children should be hired for their acting abilities, not how cute they are. Sue me. But, like I said, so he's there now with his new girlfriend. This bunch of old friends are there too. I guess Dario and the ex-wife disappeared for like 2 years. And once you know it, they come back because they joined a cult. They literally say it halfway through the movie. Oh my god, they're in a cult. So, if you're like me and, I don't want to sound like a douche, but I saw the ending coming as soon as they're in a cult. I saw the ending coming when they started talking, because they talk like douchebags in a cult. Like, the woman was just awful. She had the douchiest voice, the douchiest way of talking, and I'm like, they're not acting like people. That was my main problem. Like, it was starring, like, I can honestly say I wasn't captivated because it just, like, it looked great. It was in the Hollywood Hills. They were in this beautiful house. The lighting was good. All this stuff worked, but the acting was not good. Like, the only people I can honestly say gave a pretty good performance were the star, Logan Marshall Green, I think is his name. I only know him from Prometheus and Devil. So, I don't know, he was pretty good. He was the most believable character. His girlfriend was pretty good too. They had John Carroll Lynch, is I think his name, as one of the other cult members that was invited to the party. And it was just stupid because no one acted like people. Like, what I consider good acting is when I can no longer see the actor or the actress. When I can see the characters that they're trying to portray and I don't see them. Like, I don't see, like, oh, that's Robert Downey Jr., or that's Tom Cruise, or that's Blake Lively. I see the character they're trying to be. So, no one acted like, they all acted like robots. They all acted like robots being controlled by the screenwriter. Like, there's a point midway through the movie after the ex-wife and Dario admit that they're in a cult, and they're like, we're so spiritual and we're so grounded, fucking cult people. And they show them a video, like, this is what we've been doing. And it's like a recruitment video. Everybody just sits around it and they watch it. Everybody's like, we don't really want to watch this. We're not really interested. And they watch it, and, like, no joke, someone dies in it. Like, it was one of those classic, like, we're all a family, we expel emotions, that type of deal. And then their ending argument is they see a woman in a bed and she's dying. And then she's dead. And the ex-wife and the husband are like, oh, it's so beautiful. She's free now. And at that point, you could see the ending coming. It was so dumb. It was the ex-wife, Dario from Game of Thrones, and John Carroll Daly, I think Lynch is his name. I feel bad for forgetting his name because he's actually a really good actor. He was in The Walking Dead in that one episode and like Zodiac, and he's actually a really good actor. I feel bad for not remembering his name. And they have like this woman in their house living with them who is just the cutout of a tart. Like, her first introduction is her looking at the main character, and she's wearing no pants. And she smiles and walks away. And that was our first introduction to her. And she doesn't say anything cool. She just smiles and tries to look pretty. And she was supposed to be a scary villain. Anyway, like, it was just so dumb. It was so dumb. Like, I feel bad about saying that because I thought it would be a good movie. By the way, it was rated on Netflix, and by the way people talked about it, I thought it was going to be a good movie, and it just wasn't. Like, there's literally a scene where they're playing a game that they used to play in their cult, and it's called I Want, and you say things that you want. And the ex-wife is basically like, I've always wanted to kiss, like, one of their friends who's married with kids, and she kisses him, and everybody starts clapping and laughing. Like, no, what? One girl says, I want to do coke after Dario says he used to be a former drug addict, and she's like, I want some of that coke you were doing. And he's like, yeah, sure, I have it in my cabinet right here. And she does it. It just didn't make sense. Characters didn't do what they were humanly possible. Like, I just didn't believe really any of the characters I was supposed to care about. And in the end of the movie, it went exactly how every cult movie goes. You know, the cult people are crazy, they commit mass suicide, and they drag everybody else down with them. And they poison them with their fancy wine. And I would have loved it because the woman who did the coke was actually the first one to die because of the wine. I would have loved it if they said, oh, it's not because we poisoned her, it's because she OD'd on coke. I would have thought that would be hilarious, but that's just because I'm an asshole. But I think there was a good movie inside this movie. Like, this was an independent movie. Like, the producers and the writers had full access. Like, there was no corporate or studio involvement. This was all them. I just feel like it could have been better. Like, I hate cult movies that always end with mass suicides. Like, you know, cults kind of are about, you know, religion or imprisonment or slaves or whatever. I think that would be a cooler movie. Like, Children of the Corn, they were scary because they were, you know, they killed people, but they didn't want to kill themselves. They just wanted to praise their corn god. I think it could have been better. And I think that's the sad part, but, you know, a couple good performances in a nice looking movie, I guess, is acceptable now and regarded as genius and original, but not for me because I'm, you know, just a cynical asshole and I should just shut up and enjoy everything. But I'm gonna give this movie like a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5 because this definitely seems like a passion project by somebody. And for what it was, I guess it was okay. It's just don't go in there looking for real humans because you will not find them. And, you know, if you enjoy whatever, enjoy it. Okay, I did enough ball busting.